For this collection in Declutter video, this is a whole series, a lot is happening. I'm gonna link the playlist in this video as well. We are gonna go through my powders, my face products like primers and foundations and skin tints and everything that is for the base. This is a category that I've only gotten into really this year, like it hasn't been a long time. So I do have a little bit of a collection of that right now, and I did want to go through it with you and also tell you like what my favorites are and which ones I didn't like that much from the perspective of someone who's kind of like new in the game. So let's get into it. A year ago, I wouldn't have believed you if you told me I had this many face products. You're not even seeing everything right now. I don't even have a place for this in my drawers. I don't have a basket. I don't have anything. I had just a few things like a year ago, like 2 or 3, like 2 powders, 2 kind of like primers, and that was about it, like a setting spray. And now I have a lot. I did get some things in PR. I started trying some things. I was interested in skin tints, and I have been using a SPF that is a little bit more on the shiny side. So I have some options here, and we're gonna cut it down because I am not huge still on base products. A lot of the time I will not wear any base product. A lot of the time I skip it. Most of the time I only use maybe a little concealer for filming, and then for like going out and about I will not use any of these basically. I just actually went on a hunt and found a few more things. So this is too much, and there's also a lot I'm still reviewing where I can kind of say like what I will probably declutter after I'm done reviewing it, but I still need it for the video. Okay, how are we gonna go about this? I'm just gonna separate these out in like primers, setting sprays and actual base products, and then I'm gonna go through the categories. And also powders, of course. And concealers, of course. And then I want to start out with what I'm currently reviewing, which is already a lot. First up, we have this What's Up Beauty Positivity Primer. This is a nice hydrating primer. I do really like it. I do really enjoy it. I'm gonna give it a pretty good review. And this is gonna go back into my basket for my next new makeup updates because I'm ready to update you on that. This Kiko Milano Skin Hybrid Skin Tint I didn't really like in the first impression, and I still don't love it. Like, you can make this work. You can use it with a sponge, you can mix it in with things, and that makes it feel a little bit like putting cement on your face. Like, it's very dry, it's very crepey, it's very like tugging on your skin. It doesn't feel very nice on my dry skin, and it just looks really bad. It looks very dry. It's just emphasizing everything. I don't know if you have another skin type this might work for you. I have found ways to kind of make it work, but there are other skin tints that are just so easy to use either way, like mixed in or not, and that is what I prefer. Even though like this is on a more affordable side, I don't really like this. It's too like finicky. Then I have these skin tints by Sigma. I really like this formula. It works really well, it lasts well, it looks amazing on the skin. I really think this is a great one. I'm happy they sent this to me. I got this in PR. I'm gonna try and mention things as much as I can if I got it in PR, but I'm not getting like that much PR just yet, just so you know. So if I don't mention it a lot, that's the reason. Then this L'Oreal True Match Nude Plumping Tinted Serum. I thought it looked really heavy. I still have to use it again, but when I used this, I did break out really badly and I'm a little scared. And when I used it, I also used the Glotion, and this also, I'm a little scared this is gonna break me out. I didn't use it again. I have heard online that some people get really bad breakouts from this, so I'm kind of thinking it might be this. I got this in a light glow. And also when I look at the ingredients, like this doesn't look amazing, and I have to do it again, but I don't want to ruin my skin. So I'm kind of like, should I, or should I just kind of like give up? Because this is probably breaking me out. The other one was just like so bad, and also not my color. Then we have here the Radiance Boost Serum Face Base by Kiko Milano. I love this stuff. This is so nice. It gives such a nice glow. It's not too tin man, at least for me, but I do like a pretty glowy face. I think this is really, really nice. It doesn't have a strong scent. It is very basic, but in a very nice way. It just looks glowy. It looks healthy. I really like this one. I got this in the Advent Calendar by Kiko Milano. Then this one I haven't used again. I tried it in my Trying Catrice, like full face Catrice video that I did at some point a few months ago. And this is just really not my color, even though it's 010 Cool Cashmere. It should be my color. It isn't. So I'm kind of like, should I just use it one more time and accept that it's the wrong shade? But I don't think this is gonna be it for me. Then this one I actually tried again yesterday. This is the NYX Bear With Me Concealer Serum, and I did hear very good things about it, but I feel like this one is laying on my skin a little weirdly. It's emphasizing dryness that I didn't know I had. Like, this is not really working for me, and at this point I do feel like this would be my shade. And I also have lighter concealers that I feel like don't emphasize dryness this much, so I don't think that this is gonna be for me. I also feel like I like a lighter to medium coverage. Maybe this is also a little too high coverage for me. I don't think I'm gonna give this a very good review, but it's more of like a personal opinion. It's just a preference. It's just how it's working with my skin, because I have heard a lot of people that really like that one. Then here I have a powder, a lilac powder from Flower Nose. This is the Music Box Loose Setting Powder. I did get this one in PR. I quite liked it, but I have to use it again. In the end, I do like the idea of colored powders and what they can do, but in the end, I don't use them a lot. But still trying this one out. Then I have this L'Oreal True Match Radiant Serum Concealer. I feel like this is okay. I feel like it's working. I also feel like this one isn't my perfect shade. It's a bit hard sometimes to find a perfect shade of concealer. I just want something that is kind of almost more muted than a lot of concealers are. I feel like this is a little bit like too yellow almost. I like it. It hasn't really like knocked my socks off. It could still happen. I feel it could still happen, but for me right now this is okay. All right, so this one, when this was first revealed, I thought that's gonna be my thing. I'm gonna love that. Then I got so many bad reviews. I was like, okay, maybe not. Maybe I'll not buy it. And then I started thinking that I usually like more glowy products than like the average makeup consumer does. So I did give it a chance. This is the Skin Tint by Charlotte Tilbury. And maybe you can see, I actually use a lot of this. I got shade to Fair, and I have been using this so much since I got it. And I think the thing is, the reason that I like this is I like glowy products for the face anyway. I do really like it. But also I don't mind a lighter coverage. And when this one is used sparingly, it just gives the most beautiful glow and slight coverage. And I feel like that is just perfect for me. It's just enough for me. If you want the coverage, if you're building this up, yes, it's gonna look too greasy. Yes, it's gonna look messy. It's not gonna look good. I have an exact amount of product that I use with this. It's always the same way I apply this, and it always works out. It stays very well. It's amazing for my dry skin. This is one of my favorites of the year, for sure. I really love it, but I understand as well where the people are coming from that hate on this. I do get it, but for me it's just working out really nicely. And then lastly, I have the Sigma loose powder. I feel like I also have another shade. I don't know where I put it, but this is Buttermilk, and I also have one shade lighter. I'm still testing these out, and I am gonna keep these for now. I got these in PR as well. And this one is a little bit deeper. I'm gonna see if I can use that more in the summer. The other one is more for like right now, with me not being like super tan anymore. I'm gonna keep this because I'm still reviewing this. Like all of this I'm keeping right now because I'm still reviewing it, but probably a lot of these are gonna go. I'm gonna show you what I'll probably keep. That is this and this. This and like the Sigma powders are nice. I like them. I do like them. Like they are working well for my dry skin. They are not too heavy duty. This is probably what I'll really like end up reaching for a lot. Alright, concealers. I don't have a lot of them besides that. And 3 of these are actually more like color correctors. This is the Catrice Liquid Camouflage High Coverage Concealer. This works well for me. For the technique that I use, I really like the color, and I think that is the reason that I've been using this a lot, because I feel like this is blending in with my skin quite nicely. Although I feel like now it's getting to be a little bit too deep maybe, but I do have a few that are a little bit lighter. I just use the tiniest bit of this. I also use my concealers in a very specific way. Like, I don't use my concealers like all under my eyes. I use it a very like targeted, and because of that I usually don't have any issues with my concealers creasing or looking weird or looking too like thick or heavy. So this has been really nice for me. This is a like good one for me. I'm gonna keep that. Then this Essence Correct and Conceal. This is one of their like under eye brightening concealers. This one I felt like was a little too brightening like in the summer, fall. But I'm gonna try it again when I'm a little bit more fair. So I'm gonna keep that. Then this is the e.l.f. concealer. Like the clicky pen with a brush concealer. I've used this a lot and I'm gonna be keeping this. I do like this. It's just one that I use really sparingly to kind of like clean up under my eyes. Then I have these two Catrice Under Eye Brightener Instant Awake. I do really like this one. I actually want to get into this one again because this is a really nice color and I don't feel like it looks too weird or colored under my eyes. This is the Essence Chili Vanilla Brightening Under Eye Cream. It's been like a year since I tried this. My cat is calling me. He leaves me and then he calls me. But this is a cream and I actually quite like it because she can use this pretty like targetedly a little dot, so I am gonna keep it. I don't have a lot of concealers and I do like the ones that I have kind of like in my standard collection right now. Then for foundations, this one I really like. This is the Catrice Invisible Cover Foundation. It has a natural matte finish. This is shade 20N. Such a good foundation. Like, it's not perfect, but it's really easy to use. I really like the range of shades, really like this color on myself. I'm definitely gonna be keeping that one. Then here we have the Maybelline Superstay 24-Hour Skin Tint, and I actually bought this like a year ago before I really went on my skin tint journey because I thought it was actually gonna be like a tinted moisturizer. This is so full coverage and I feel like this is just not for me. This is too tinted, this is too much. I am not really gonna be using it, I think. Like, I feel like this is more full coverage than the foundation by Catrice, but a part of me is also like, should I give it another go? Because people really seem to love this stuff. But also, what is this packaging? I don't understand the packaging. I think it's really annoying. So am I missing out if I declutter this? I think I need to make some space. I haven't used this in a year and I have had it for a year. So I'm gonna declutter that. Then I tried the Made by Mitchell Skin Tint at the start of the year, I think. I don't know exactly when, but a few, like maybe 6 months ago. And I like the skin tint. I don't love it. I have TT2 and TT3. I just don't feel like it's effortless. I don't feel like this is looking amazing on my skin. I feel like I have other skin tint type products that work better for me, but also all of these skin products are so new to me that I'm kind of like, should I let it go? Should I declutter it? Because I have just kind of started with Made by Mitchell as a brand on my channel. So should I do this then? I don't know. I don't know how to feel about this. I think this is gonna be in a maybe pile. I don't know yet how I feel. Then one that I can for sure declutter is this Bright Light Face Glow in Light by Evolution. I bought this like a year ago. And this is really like that glowy primer that you can use for different things. This is just way too yellow for me. It's not my shade. This just has gotta go. This looks so bad on me. Then this Essence Magic Filter Glow Booster. I haven't used it in a bit, but I do really enjoy it, so I'm gonna keep it. This Catrice Soft Glam Filter Fluid Glow Booster in 010 Fair Light. I do enjoy. I haven't used it in a bit. I have been reaching more for the Charlotte Tilbury that I just showed you than these liquid ones. I just feel like the stick one is so easy. So I'm gonna keep these around because I do review them a lot, like these brands a lot, but I have a favorite. And then we have the Maybelline Perfector 4-in-1 Glow in Fair Light. I'm gonna keep this because I think it's a pretty good shade for me and I do like having like some options. And I think I want to try this one again just to see like, how did I even feel about this? Like, it's been a while. And then I have here this Kiko Weightless Perfection Wet and Dry Powder Foundation. I didn't really like this. Like, this didn't work for me. It does add a little bit of coverage if you use it kind of like as a powder. As a foundation, I didn't really find it for me. I didn't like the way it looked on my skin. It just looked too dry. If I use it as a powder, like not wetting it, it looked super dry and just all the dimension disappeared from my face. But using it wet, it made it feel like I was like cementing my face. So this is gonna go. Like, I'm gonna declutter this. I really didn't like this. Right, for primers, this is the Sensational 10-in-1 Dream Primer by Catrice. I didn't like this. This has a tint to it, but it's like super yellow. It's also very scented. I think this is not a very good primer. I am letting go of this one. Then this Essence Jelly Grip Under Eye Primer Stick, I do really like. I gave it a pretty good review. This is a nice one. I am gonna keep this. Oh, wait, I have another skin tint. This is the Essence Skin Tint Hydrating Natural Finish. I think this one is okay. It often looks a little heavy. It often doesn't really work as well as I want. This is leaking, or am I going crazy? It's leaking. It's broken. The packaging is broken. Like, there is a hole in this packaging. Well, okay. I'm gonna declare it. That settles it for me. I'm not gonna keep broken packaging for like a €3 skin tint. I wanted to keep it because it works like mixed with things, but that's not what we're gonna do. We're not gonna do that with the broken packaging. Then we have the Catrice Skin Glaze Hydrating Serum Primer. I'm gonna keep it. I think this is pretty nice. The e.l.f. Power Grip Primer I used at the start of the year, or like 6 months ago. I was really figuring out like what I could do with my dry skin. I was struggling so much. I was really thinking, what can I do to make my makeup look good throughout the day? And this has really helped me, but I haven't been using it for a bit. Like, I would use this for my under eyes, like put on a really thick layer, and then my makeup under my eyes would look good for a lot longer. But now I am hydrating my skin more with better skincare, and that is also helping a lot. But I still feel like I want to keep that in my life. I do like it. It does have a purpose still, I think. Then I have 2 of these blurry primer. I feel like these both work really well. This was also in my like skin journey, like how can I make my makeup stay on. I think I am gonna keep these for now because I do like them. Then I just put this in here, but I was kind of like, where do I even put it? This is the Harlequin and Essence Dewy Glow Stick. I thought you can see it as kind of like a primer, like a glowy primer. I didn't like this, didn't see the purpose of this, so I'm gonna declutter this. This Kiko Gold Reflections Flawless Mirage Face Base is a really nice glowy base. It has a little bit of a tint to it, really beautiful. I'm gonna be keeping this. Seems a little similar to that Serum Boost Glow Boost Primer that I just showed you. This Catrice Aqua Splash Grip Primer is okay, but it's very scented and it's not as thick and hydrating as the e.l.f. one, and I do really prefer the e.l.f. one. And I do have a primer from Catrice, but do I need one? Do I need to keep it? I don't think so. I am gonna declutter this, even though this is pretty new in their collection, but I didn't give it a very good review. I said I didn't love it. And then we have this Hydrating and Perfecting Face Base by Kiko Milano. This is also one of those kind of like bluish hydrating situations, but I don't feel like this is super sticky. I don't feel like I really need this. I prefer the other primer from them, so I'm gonna declutter this one. Like, I have tried that one a couple of times, but it's not like my perfect primer by far. Then this Catrice Bright and Blur Loose Powder, I feel like is a little too heavy duty for me. It's a pink powder, it's shade Soft Pink. It just feels like a powder that is more for like really keeping oils at bay, and I don't have any oils. I wish I had some oils to keep at bay. I sometimes wish my skin was less dry, and if I use a powder, it's just like a slight hint of a powder to just take away a little bit of the initial shine of my like products or like my SPF. So I'm actually gonna declutter this. I don't feel like this really has a place in my collection. I have some powders that are more for dry skin. This Kiko powder, this baked powder, is a finishing powder that I have used quite a bit. I do quite like it. It is pretty scented though. I wish it wasn't, but I'm gonna be keeping it around. This is a Radiant Fusion Baked Powder in 01. I also have this Lunar Beauty Universal Setting Powder in Translucent Pink. I do quite like this powder. It's not too heavy duty. I am gonna keep it. Then here's my other Sigma powder that I was just looking for. So I'm gonna put that with the like 2 review products. Then I have this Essence and Catrice powder. I both like these a lot. Like, these are really nice powders. Like, they are not too heavy duty. I especially really like the Catrice nowadays. I've used that a lot recently. And then I also have this Moira one. And I heard that this was really good for dry skin, but for me, I didn't really get into it. I don't know what it is about it, but it made my skin feel really weird, and I didn't really love the results. Like, how it made my skin feel, I don't know. It's not exactly bad, but there wasn't a match. So I'm gonna declutter this. And then we have some setting sprays. I have this e.l.f. Power Grip. This is not a perfect setting spray, but at least I like the ingredients in here, so I'm gonna be keeping that. Then I have this Freezing Dew Fresh Effect Face Fixing Mist. I haven't used this a lot. I have to use it again to really decide. I have this Matte Finish Prime and Fine Anti-Shine Fixing Spray. I'm gonna give that to someone else who needs that, because I don't need a matte setting spray. This is LA Girl Pro Setting High Definition blah blah. Also matte finish. I'm gonna declutter that. And then I have these Catrice Caviar Gouge setting sprays. I'm gonna keep these around. I really like the formula of these, like the way they make my skin look. But they do have some perfume in them, like slightest bit of perfume, so I don't use these a lot, but I'm gonna be keeping them. For the Made by Mitchell Skin Tints, let me think what I want to do. I kind of want to keep these for now to give them another chance. Like, I just only begun with some skin products. I don't have a lot of skin tints, so I'm gonna keep these for now. Yes. Okay, this is not a gigantic declutter. I have decluttered 12 products, but also this is a category that I'm just kind of getting into. I just have to give it a place in my collection. I just have to give it a place in my drawer. I just have to like organize more so than declutter. I feel like the amount that I'm keeping is still quite a bit for me, but I just really want to get to know these products to really see what my base routine is gonna be. I do have to say I have some products that I like the most, but I want to like switch it up a little bit as well. And a way I can do that is organize more, so I know what I have. I think that's gonna be my goal. Alright, I think this is gonna be it. Do we wanna know what I'm keeping? I'm just gonna tell you how many products I still have here in front of me that are still gonna be in my collection, even though like more than half of what I'm now reviewing is gonna be decluttered. Okay, 39 products, and it is primers, setting sprays, skin tints, and concealers, and powders. So I think that's not too bad for someone who is kind of like exploring this category. All right, that's gonna be it. Thank you for watching. I will see you in my next one. Bye bye.